It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the Carolina Panthers and getting another look at Jimmy Horn. We're going to watch him work through some drills, catch some balls, everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at what these players are doing every day at practice. OTAs, minicamp, training camp, rookie camp still. We're going over those old clips as well because we want to see what these players are doing behind the scenes. We're watching the storylines. We're watching your rookies. Those guys you're drafting in fantasy. That guy coming back from injury. How's he looking without a limp? Everything's here. Click that button. Stop missing out. Jimmy Horn's here, and he's been dynamite here. Rookie camp, OTAs, been looking good. I got a lot of clips here, minute 23. We're going to roll them, loop them, keep talking ball like we always do. I like Jimmy Horn. I like him. I like LeJohntay Wester. I like the back-end Colorado wide receivers, and I think they're going to be better than expected. Him and Wester, both those guys look good at the Shrine practices. Both those guys did. They were turning heads. Both of them looking good at practices. We'll see once camps open up more on the Ravens side, but Horn's been looking good. He's twitched up. He's got speed, and you got your big wide receiver with T-Mac. You got your size-adjusted athleticism with Xavier Legette. You got your old warhorse with Adam Thielen. You got your cokehead. Now you got Horn. Horn, if I'm looking at a late-round dart throw to put a chip on in this year's draft that's not a running back, this might be it. This might be it. And honestly, when I think about this will be a long-term play. Or could be a sneaky midseason option. But him fitting with T-Mac and how the depth chart looks, like they need a twitched up wide receiver to throw in the slot and move around. Like they kind of need that extra option. They kind of need that just to have that extra club in their bag. And that's what they got here. And he's going to help this team. He's going to stick around the depth chart. I look at the back end of this depth chart. I can't see how he doesn't. And he's already turning heads in camp. You're hearing a lot of good things from the media. And this is a wide receiver that can get behind the defense, that can create separation. Again, in the Shrine practices, we're going back to that. He was turning heads. When you're looking at names from the Shrine game, it was him, Wester, McCord, a few others. But his stock was on the rise. His stock was looking good back then. We covered that. Horn Jr. is a great addition to this team. Now, you don't go betting on late-round wide receivers, especially in today's game. For dynasty drafts, that's like something you don't do. But if you're looking for late-round prospects that are not running backs, like say you're in the later rounds of your rookie draft, say you got more rounds than usual, or the running backs you like are zapped, or you're diversifying from what you're doing from other leagues, and you're looking for a later round wide receiver. What I like about him, he's got speed, he's turning heads already, good hands, very technical, nuanced wide receiver that you can wait on. That's something to look at. Now again, when you're that late in the draft, it's not a bet. You're just putting some chips out there. I think in a lot of leagues, though, he's a UDFA, like an undrafted free agent. So if you got the spot and you can hoard him, I would suggest it. I would suggest it if you can. I wouldn't suggest it if you can't. Like, if you got to drop somebody that's actual a score right now, then maybe not. I don't think that's the right strategy. But if you need something to diversify too, if you need a non-running back for whatever reason, this is somebody you can look at in one of your last rounds. Say you got extra rounds in your rookie draft. Say you're looking for somebody off waivers. Here's a player to look at. Really depends on what your league is like and the format of your leagues. I'm in super deep leagues, so there's some leagues he's already been rostered for years due to it being a developmental dynasty league. When I'm looking at him for his fit with the Panthers, like he gives you some technical nuance that is different from the other wide receivers with his frame, speed, short area quickness, ability to break off routes. That's going to get him on the field sooner than later. When I think about him as a pure fantasy football asset, I look for T-Mac to garner over 20% share of the targets. Short term, Adam Thielen's going to get a good share while healthy. And then Jalen Coker after that if something happens to him with Legette. But Thielen's not going to be there forever. You're going to get some change in the offense over time with that. And we're talking about potential to move up. There's that going into year 2 or so, or middle of the season. And what could allow him to move up is his quickness, his speed, and his ability to break off routes fast, assertive, and on a dime. That is what you're liking about him. Very dependable. And you're hearing nothing but good things from him right now. He's a player to watch during training camp. He's a player to pay attention to. One of those late round dart throws that you're watching on the back end of a depth chart. You're watching how they move on that depth chart. You're seeing how fast they move. And that's what we're here to do. Watch those late round guys. Like, honestly, people don't really watch the top guys when it comes to these clips. They want to watch the middle tier, the late round guys, the rookies. They want to see what they're doing, because we know what Patrick Mahomes is doing. We know. We don't even have to watch. We know what he's doing. But a guy like this, turning heads, any little bit of news, you want to know, especially a Panthers fan. You got another good wide receiver here. You got a guy that's going to give you a change of pace. He's going to give you a good curveball to the fastball, what you're bringing out there. That's a good thing. It's going to allow your offense to be a little bit more diverse. There's a lot of good things with Horn, especially if he keeps developing, especially if he keeps getting better. That's the one thing. If he keeps getting better, if he continues to progress in the system, if he continues to show off, you're going to get yourself a good wide receiver here that's very dependable. Fantasy's a different story. You're talking about top 12 in the league. So think about it. That's already like Zach, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, all those top guys, top 24. So that's a really hard mold to break into. On top of that, you drafted T-Mac in the first round, who has a very good profile to be in that range over time. He's got a good probability of being in the top 24 year in and year out over time. Very good probability. So that's another name in that top 24. However, fantasy-wise, money ball options, deeper lineup constructions, really depends on your format. This channel is more for deeper leagues. This channel is more for fantasy leagues that need deep waiver wire claims that have more than your standard format, especially redraft-wise. That's really the niche. That's really the niche we go after here, because everybody else covers everything else. But if you're looking for something, if you're looking for that dart throw, that's a non-running back. And I say non-running back, this is the deepest, most talented running back class of all time. So most of my dart throws are going there. I say most because I do diversify. Diversify saying, hey, I have all these apples here. I kind of want to taste of something else. I'm going to get me some grapefruits. I'm going to spread around my love, my wealth, my portfolio. Like, I'm not going to have all my money invest in Bitcoin, the dollar, the stocks. I'm going to have it spread around to all of them. That's what I'm meaning. It's not all going to be in the running backs. Like, if you're in 20-plus leagues, 15-plus leagues, it really depends on your format and strategies and how you play the game. But he's an option to look at. And my goal is to find you those options to help you pay attention to. If I'm a Panthers fan, I'm excited. I got a late-round wide receiver that's already turning heads, that's different from the other main wide receivers that I could see potentially carving out a role over time. And I think there's good potential for that. I think we can definitely see that over time in the near future. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Well, thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.